Under attack.
Actually, it's going to take a while for you to be able to. It may just be not worth the effort, but...
Laboratory ready.
The heck just happened there? Oh, they shot once and transformed. Okay.
Core shield
Build that.
generator active.
Go over here and... Oh, for God's sake. Go over here and flatten this terrain, unfortunately.
Under attack. Energy core under
It's
attack.
not going to work the way I want it to.
Under attack. Core shield generator.
There we go. That'll do. It's a real interesting pattern, but that will do.
Base under attack. Energy core ready. Energy core under attack.
Obviously gonna need more defenses at some point here, so...
Under attack. Base
Oh, for God's sake, really?
core shield generator active.
just get rid of
Core
that.
shield generator inactive.
They can shoot the... they can shoot right there? What the heck?
Under attack.
Which means they're gonna eventually expand to be able to shoot this thing, I'm sure, but... We just do this. Build one there, and then you come over here. We'll just like stay safe, build there. And you're just costing me resources to exist, so... Get rid of that stuff, come float your butt back over here.
Moving. Energy core ready. Brigadier online. Ready. Brigadier moving.
Try and flatten some of this terrain back here. Get a level 3 bomb lab up so maybe we can build our own artillery to maybe cut them back a little bit.
Base under
I don't know. For now, though, we'll just try and exist. This guy's just going to be a pain in the butt to deal with in general. He's just going to keep building defenses as well. Which is unfortunate.
Online. Base under attack. Lab upgrade complete.
We're going to need a lot more energy production than we currently have in order for this to work out, though. And unfortunately, we really don't have much of a way to do that. The problem is he's got so many defenses, we need...
Lab upgrade complete.
really would want underground units, because if we send these flares over there, they're just going to get wrecked. And I'll probably build some here, just because they're, you know, they're a thing. They're not terribly expensive, but... You know what, let's go ahead and do that. So, anti-grav, eventually, I'll build some officer labs on each side.
Base under attack.
Just flow with that. He's not doing much because he can't actually. He's not actually pushing past this thing. So,
Base under attack.
but I don't want to invest too much in defending that over there because I assume he's gonna maybe expand and build some howitzers. Maybe he doesn't build energy cores. I don't know.
Laboratory ready. Unit ready.
Park your butt there.
Locked.
You can build one of those, and then we're gonna want some energy collectors, which have to be in a real weird spot because of that, and I don't think we can, you know, we can't flatten any further that way, so. We'll just do that, that'll do. That's gonna suck up a lot of resources to build. But it's what we got for now, so.
Unit ready.
It'll have to do.
Under attack.
Well, obviously, we're gonna probably just want to,
Ready.
if we're gonna expand, which I think we need to, we're gonna have to do it into the abyss back here.
Base under attack.
We actually went the other way that time.
Construction complete.
I think you were basically like this.
Base under attack.
Maybe? It was more like that? I think it was basically sort of like that.
Unit
That'll do.
Ready. Brigadier online. Brigadier.
Park your butt over there, park your butt over there, park your butt over there.
Moving.
Thankfully, we don't need to raise the terrain a whole lot from the abyss here, but still, we got nowhere to dig stuff from. I'm pretty sure, yeah, we're just digging from over there. Eventually, we will run out of terrain to dig, so there's a thing to keep in mind.
Squad ready. Base under attack. Transformation complete.
So I've got my own army of flares now. Oh, put that there.
Base under attack.
So I'll just
Moving
this is what I'm
forward.
talking about when I'm saying it's very unlikely we're gonna be able to do anything. So we'll fly these over here and attack this. You'll pop the perimeter. We'll just try and trigger more perimeters, but that's not gonna work because they all died before they actually shot for some reason.
Engaging.
But anyway, that's what's gonna happen a lot. And it's the only electro unit we can build, unfortunately. We could build some piercers. It might be a good idea. Get rid of that.
Disassembled.
Get rid of both of these for now. I'll rebuild those at some point, obviously, but we're going to need a Subterra lab and an Empire lab. Freaking level 3, which is going to take half a century to build, but we may as well start on that. His only offense appears to be these flares. So I'm really not under any sort of threat of death, because those flares are never going to kill that thing. He's going to build a lot of them, apparently. And unfortunately, my ability to expand is somewhat limited. What if I just keep going like straight out to the wall, to the window? It's something, something, something. It's right there. Just make a big old fancy rectangle. There you go, buddies.
Brigadier online.
Get to work, etc., etc. Just kind of chill here. Oh yeah, I can build howitzers. I forgot. Don't want to build howitzers? That's a lot of energy expenditure considering the nonsense in his base, but that's okay. Don't worry about that. Kind of want to start building them out like this, so it only barely touches. We'll see what this one's like when we get it built. Like, look at the terrain over here. We've almost entirely sucked that little chunk down to the abyss. And I'm pretty sure they're going way over here, too. Yeah. Who's dumping stuff over here? Oh, the guy in the middle is probably dumping stuff, yeah. How come they're not digging this up? Can they not dig that up? No, they can't. Okay. Probably not that either. Nope. Nope. Okay. So the most efficient thing for this is something like that. Without being cut off at the bottom here too much. I believe, anyway. Let's try and get this stuff priority focused here. So it is cut off a little tiny bit, but not much. Which means this most efficient would be something like that. Then we'll build another energy collector, like there, should be okay. This poor guy's got to do all this on his own, so his side's going to be really slow.
Energy core under attack.
Why is my energy core under attack? Oh, they must have been shooting that one. That's okay. I'm just going to keep running it fast forward. I don't really know a way to speed up this mission. He's got too much defenses. We can't nuke the generators, and we couldn't build stuff where they wanted us to at the start because he starts with howitzers, so I don't really understand what the plan there was that the devs thought I could do. Like the last mission, I realized you could pretty quickly just take over a large chunk of the map and then work it out from there, but this one, he's pretty well situated. Finally filling that little abyss over there. This one, he's a little situated, and I don't really know. Like, we have to get around him somehow, which probably means cut off half of his base. Because our objective is ignore him, right? Yeah. So just cut off half of his base. We have to build energy cores all the way around the map to over there. There's no way around that, because this thing has to get there. somehow this is going to occur. I'm not entirely sure how, but
Brigadier online. Brigadier.
we'll work it out, I
Brigadier
suppose.
Online. Brigadier moving.
Move your butt over there. So that already finished building, as it turns out. You know what? You got nothing to do, go ahead and build the 3rd level. Actually, you do have stuff to do, but not very often. So like
Base under
there-ish.
attack.
Which would make this side like there-ish. I put my finger on the screen if you're curious how I'm doing this. There we go. So hopefully that's not within range of those howitzers. We'll find out in a second.
Base
It's
under
not.
attack.
Okay, good.
Energy core under attack.
Should make this one like... It was a little bit off on that finger placement, but that's okay. So basically be something like that.
Online. Brigadier moving.
So that's almost done, and you know what? Build another one of those. Why the heck not? Now the downside with building your base with this much efficiency in mind, you're going to have spaces like this where there's no energy collection. I can show you the efficiency though.
Under attack. Energy core.
Some of that's going to be negative from these cores at the start here, but 81% efficiency-ish, a little higher because that's going to fill in.
Complete. Lab upgrade.
But the downside of this, apart from having those gaps there, is that your system is pretty weak if you're not careful about keeping the lines close enough to each other. Because, like, you know, if this one breaks, if this one's not close enough to that, it's just gone forever. Until I repair that one, or rebuild that one, I should say. There are some trade-offs to really high efficiency. Mostly involving death.
Base under attack.
But the positive side is that you can, you know, I don't really care if you build subterranean defenses, so
Under attack.
what are we going to need for this? Everything. Build you. Build you. Build you. The, what was I saying? I don't know.
Under attack.
Efficiency and stuff.
Brigadier online.
Yes.
Construction complete.
Yeah, you guys can just, you may as well finish this side and then we'll go help him.
Construction complete.
God damn it.
Construction
Just
complete.
beeps constantly. And then we'll build this over there. We're going to have a lot of technician and officer plants, but we may as well build the soldier plants in case we decide to build something else. Then piercers here.
Complete.
Hopefully none of these guys die when they just casually walk out of their lab and fall off the world here.
Construction complete.
So 3, you know what? Let's go crazy.
Ready. Construction complete.
Then
Coordinate.
park your butts over there.
Construction complete. Coordinate.
This is terribly inefficient for those particular types of units, but that's okay.
Unit ready.
I mostly just wanted to build it, so.
Base under attack.
Does that need sub-level 2? Yeah, which is max level sub-lab for some reason. Really never quite determined why that was the max level sub-lab, but it is.
Under attack. Unit ready.
Why can we, why? Oh, they can shoot us. I forgot that the stupid game system works like that.
Ready.
If you spread your units out in a squad really far, it just expands the range that they can shoot. It's actually quite strange.
Energy core ready. Energy core under attack. Squad.
So if you're curious why this is a terrible way of building these units, these guys just die and they target the same building. So they'll target a building, die, and then just blow up a huge chunk of land over there ineffectively. Which is alright, I suppose. You know what? May as well just build every lab. Build that one over there, and we'll build this one like down here.
Energy
And then
core
we're gonna obviously need some command centers, and you know what? We'll build another storage thing. Why not?
Brigadier online. Brigadier moving.
Bring all the brigadiers over here.
Base under attack.
Make sure this side of the base is defended enough that he's not gonna do much of anything.
Squad ready.
Alright, they never finished building that lab. Hey, doofuses.
Master waiting.
Build that lab for me. Thanks. So this should allow us to build 2 of these. With
Lab
2 extra technicians, because counting.
transformation initiated.
It's easier just to do that.
Transformation complete. Ready.
And then what we could do
Ready.
is just kind of...
Engage.
Oh, he does build... Okay. You know what? Let's start building some howitzers around as well. Why not? Just to keep our lines defended, you know? They are going to take damage from the Abyss, but they should be tanky enough to survive it. But we may end up just suiciding them slightly early here because he's dying. Yeah. Just blow them up early. So they'll both die and just go in line towards whatever I targeted. It's really quite violent, but terribly inefficient. There goes that entire chunk of his base. And you know what that means? It means we build one of these over here. And then promptly have a massive freaking problem with howitzers shooting at us. But he's going to be blowing up his own stuff, technically.
Laboratory ready.
Really not too fussed about it. You shoot at that, okay.
Construction complete.
So we're going to take all this stuff over.
Attack. Lab under attack.
Safety means we'll do that too.
Under attack. Laser turret destroyed. Rocket turret destroyed.
Now, do I actually care about any of this stuff? No, not at all.
Energy core
Not in the slightest do I care about this stuff. So why did I take it over? Because he's blowing up his own base, actually.
howitzer destroyed.
Which is what I wanted out of that.
Under attack. Squad awaiting orders. Coordinates locked.
So that should be all the labs built, right? Yeah.
Energy core
Not
destroyed.
upgraded, but built nonetheless.
Howitzer
Now they are trying to repair this stuff, which I wish they weren't, but that's
Energy
alright.
core under attack. Base under attack. Laser
What's
turret
up with you?
destroyed.
Like folded for some reason.
Complete.
Also this howitzer.
Energy core under attack. Base
You know
under
what? You can
attack.
just keep shooting that. I don't care.
Energy core destroyed.
Oh, never mind, you're dead.
Rocket turret destroyed.
So all this terrain he has to flatten, and all that stuff he has to rebuild if he wants to use it now. What are my brigadiers doing? They're doing alright.
Brigadier moving. Base
We
under
can
attack.
build another chunk of you guys now.
Squad awaiting orders. Unit ready. Energy core ready. Base under attack. Lab upgrade complete. Coordinates locked. Squad
There
ready.
we go.
Base
Hopefully
under
you guys
attack.
don't die in the process of being built.
Unit ready.
You know what? Let's give
Construction
you
complete.
some more means of constructing.
Base under attack.
And another one of those. Why the heck not? Can't upgrade you, I can upgrade you, and eventually we'll be able to upgrade that. That thing still exists over there, so that's a thing, I suppose.
Construction complete.
What are you shooting at? Don't shoot at, that's rude. I should just sell this, sell all these structures over here.
Unit ready. Building.
Free resources.
Building.
Stop repairing it.
Disassemble. Base
Get rid of that, which unfortunately caused those to do that. I forgot that happens, that's okay. Build that.
Lab upgrade complete.
They should become usable again once I build that
Ready. Base
command center.
attack. Howitzer destroyed. Energy core
get
under
this.
attack. Construction
Darn
complete.
doofuses.
Base under attack.
Oh right, get rid of that.
Disassembled.
Rid of this.
Building
So we don't need it anymore, it's not serving any
under
purposes.
attack.
That's not the command center I was hoping you would build, but
Under
okay.
attack. Squad awaiting orders. Squad ready. Transformation initiated. Energy core under
That's
attack.
okay.
Transformation.
Then you're upgraded, you're not.
Attack.
Alright.
Energy core under attack.
Why do you prioritize labs over command centers? I don't understand the priority system in this game. It's okay though. I don't need to understand the priorities. Can you shoot that? Hopefully not. I don't need to understand the priority system.
Construction complete.
I have
Awaiting Orders. Base
No, they're just
under
gone.
attack.
I thought it would give me back the
Ready.
units.
Unit ready. Energy
That's
core
okay.
under attack.